we're happy to say we're head on with the big guys like Red Bull, Coca-Cola, Lipton on the airlines, on the baskets, and we outperform them. With the directors of the company, we all put our own money into the farm. We capacitated the farm, and then we handed the farm back to the community. That becomes their farm. They're part of this global value chain, and then we proud to say we're taking rural communities into global markets.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
interesting. So, what are the lessons that you would tell an entrepreneur, because you have so much of an experience every day?
Yeah. You have to have
So, tell us a little bit about the product. I saw it says it's a mental drink. It's good for the mind.
yeah.
So, tell us a little bit
So
about.
the product is called Superinga. Brand is called Superinga Think Drink. We have four variants of iced teas in the range, as well as a energy drink. The base of the product is a moringa, and as we might know, or the market might know, that moringa is a plant that's highly nutritious. It's in fact the most nutrient dense plant on the planet. It contains 46 antioxidants, 20 amino acids, 36 anti inflammatory compounds, and over 25 vitamins and minerals. If you compare it to green tea, for instance, we have a tea. This is a plain moringa tea product. It's got 200 times more antioxidant than green tea. So, what we've done is we've taken the tea and we've done some innovation and we've got an extract that is basically five or six times more potent than moringa, and that goes into our beverages. It's totally natural. There's no caffeine. It is safe for the whole family. There's no preservatives, and yeah,
So,
kids.
tell us a little bit about your history. How did you think of this?
Well, it started off with the original founders of the company, Professor Indres Mudli. He was a pharmacologist. He's late now. He spent 15 years researching into moringa, and he developed a whole host of products in R&D. And so I got involved. One of the partners, founders, Jenny Maharaj, who invited me to join the company to basically commercialize it. I'm an ex-banker, had lots of experience in banking and commercializing things. So I came in and I joined them as a partner, equal partner, and the CEO of the company. And we've taken it. We launched first in 2014 our J Ringer brand in Long Beach, California, at the World Tea Expo, and from there we created a aggregated brand called Superinga, which is more for the middle to upper income, and that's where we have our functional food and beverages. We grow the moringa in partnerships with rural communities. This is one of the farms that
Mhm.
we've set up. So the directors of the company, we all put our own money into this farm. We capacitated the farm, and then we handed the farm back to the community. That becomes their farm. They're part of this global value chain, and then we proud to say we're taking rural communities into global markets.
Wow.
Yeah. So it is the ethos of the company is very much about creating a social enterprise. So whoever is in the value chain benefits. Yeah.
And what it must be quite. There must be so many challenges in the way, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
COVID was a big challenge. I mean, we were on one of the big airlines in South Africa, and we're happy to say we're head on with the big guys like Red Bull, Coca-Cola, Lipton on the airlines, on the baskets, and we outperformed them. And it was really tremendously well, a lot of recognition. But then COVID came, and then that airline, which was a national carrier, closed their doors a year ago. So that investment, obviously, that when you are a growing brand, those kind of things hits you down. And we had shown the product in various expos, like American Food and Beverage in Miami, Summer Fancy Food in New York, Gulf Food Show, and so forth. And what we saw is that there was a lot of interest in the product just before COVID. In fact, we had out of Summer Fancy Food in New York and American Food and Beverage, lots of interest in Latin America, South America, US, and we had confirmed orders of over 20 containers for delivery in February, March of 2020. COVID came and everything.
oh, oh,
Yeah. But we are in the US right now. The product is US FDA approved, and we are trading in on Amazon as well as a distributor in the West Coast. And we are interesting to be soon introduction probably in the next month in Tamil Nadu in India.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's interesting. So, what are the lessons that you would tell an entrepreneur, because you have so much of an experience every day?
Yeah, you have to have the. I mean, you have to stick at it. You have to have the resilience. Business is not like your. You have to have the resilience. You have to carry on when there's. If you fail, you just have to pick yourself up and pursue, and go for it.
And is there something that you would have done differently than from your learnings of pushing a brand like a beverage brand?
Yeah, we would have grown more organically in terms of not going retail first. We went retail first. We that was very capital intensive. Like if you list with a big retailer, you're a nationalist thing, then you're gonna go on. You'll have to produce equivalent of 5 container loads. So that like 50 pallets
Mm.
to service that to start. So that's a big investment. But if your retailer doesn't pay, this on the same level as you, you're gonna burn. So rather start, you know, working with your independents, work with your moms and pops, and so forth. And that's our strategy now in the US. We working. We are working. We're going to go by the moms and pops first, and then the retail. Although we are working with some distributors that are looking at taking us into like the likes of Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, and like Walmart's, the big guys. Yeah.
So, which are the easy countries to work in? Which are the difficult countries to work in?
Well, US surprisingly is a easy country. We sent our product to Ghana. It took us a year to get their equivalent of the US FDA. They have Ghana FDA to get that approval.
Wow.
Compared to the US was much more easier to get through and so forth. I would think Germany is a little bit more difficult in terms of the hurdles of entry, especially where we want to play. We need to be an organic product, so we have started that process in organic certification. So that is some of the challenges. And like for instance, this farm,
Mm.
it's what we call modern fair trade.
Right.
Because the people on the farm are rural communities, the literacy levels are not there. So it's difficult to be compliant with these, what the West would put
Yeah.
onto these developing countries. And we see that also in India. Like we're proud to say that we have in our lines, we can produce anything up to 150 tons of dried moringa every month. So we do that in cooperation with rural communities in Africa and in India. In India, we're working with 500 small farmers in the south,
Wow.
that specifically small farmers, because we want to empower people, and we've implemented good agriculture collection practices with them to ensure they also benefit. And so that's one of the kind of the value system we have in the
But
company.
that must be taking like years to reach this, right? I mean, you
Yeah,
go to the field and you talk
yeah,
to a farmer, then
yeah. It takes. You also have to. That's what we say. The pie is big enough for everyone, and we are not afraid of uh, like saying giving up something of that pie to other people.
right.
Everyone should benefit. So we have a partner base in India that I work closely with. Like, I would get on a plane, go and meet with them. We would drive. I've driven from the west coast of India, Trivandrum to Tuticorin, visiting farms, visiting the different farmers, you know, as part of the relationship building and stuff. And so,
And were they receptive? Were
yeah, yeah,
farmers?
yeah, 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 yeah,
Mm.
yeah. And it's especially where you are empowering, because it's not like the system where you have one big farmer
Mm.
and then the people are working for him. You know, there's smaller farmers,
Yeah.
and they all benefit of getting exports
Yeah.
pricing on their goods.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.